Go, Fat Tracker, go, go, go!
The Kelpie Fat Track Pod, brought to you by Kelpie, affordable race products designed to help you stay on track. Now onto the episode.
We are very proud to introduce you to our new pod partner, Europa Fencing. With a vast range of commercial fencing experience on large farming properties and corporate farms in central and western Victoria, Europa Fencing offer excellent communication and attention to detail to help you get the results you need. All the details can be found at eurokafencing.com, so check them out or find them on Facebook under the same name, Europa Fencing. All right, so we're talking to Kelsey, Jensen and Nick Berry. I wrote down your numbers before. Yours is 149, isn't it, Nick?
Yeah.
And yours is 278, is that right? 287.
No, 837.
837. This is my dyslexia shining through. Thank you very much. So a bit of school holidays fun going on for you guys?
Yeah.
Training or exercise?
We did a little bit of riding on the 80 at mine.
Yeah.
Messing around the backyard.
Yeah, right.
But
That was good fun.
What bike's that?
just a CRF 80, just a little farm bike.
You didn't have two of them?
No, only one. The 110, Max's 110 is destroyed.
Oh, is it?
She's a bit broken. I was trying to fix it up. We don't even know what's wrong with it. It's been sat in the shed just in pieces for like 4 years.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to figure out what's wrong with it. I wanted to fix it up. But...
So on the 80, did you make out a circuit and start doing time trials or something like that, or?
Not time
really.
trials. We kind of just ripped around and just had fun,
Yeah, because you're both pretty competitive. I would have thought that.
Kels was trying pretty hard.
Yeah, no, I didn't let any of his mates beat me, so that was good enough for me.
What do you mean beat you? Were they on other bikes as well? Or?
No, they were all ripping around as well, but I was quick. Nick said I was quicker than them, so that's the main thing.
Yeah, looked quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a bit of training, really, isn't it?
That counts.
The off season.
Did a little whip accidentally.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what size bike you're on. I've been ripping around the backyard with Willow, but on the she's on an XR 100 and I'm on a Chinese 200.
Yeah.
It's been awesome fun. Yeah, heaps of fun. Apart from I can't walk for like the next 2 days because that thing's got no suspension and we're jumping them and everything. And it bloody hurts afterwards. But so in a bit of an off-season state at the moment, although you guys will be racing next weekend, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it this weekend?
Yes. Yeah, this weekend and the next weekend as well.
Yeah.
Two back to back, yeah.
2 back-to-backs?
Yeah.
2 weeks, because both the rounds,
Yeah. So that's part of the Harley Club championships here.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the 2 club rounds.
Yeah, right. And so we've had Kelsey on this pod before, briefly, at Bathurst. You didn't make it up to Bathurst, unfortunately, Nick.
Nah, entries are a bit booked by the time I tried to get in a bit late to that one.
Yeah, it goes pretty quick, And I think quite a few of those long track events like the Tamworth one and that, I think they all book up really quick. I don't think I'm going to go to the Tamworth one. I was going to, but sort of. Was that lag or was that apparent in the background?
No.
Don't think so.
I'm hearing voices again.
I think it might be.
I did take my medication, I promise.
That's good.
So they book up really quick, and it's your first year as a senior. Well, it's actually both your first years as a senior, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I suppose we can talk about that as how you guys met. You met through racing, didn't you?
Yeah. I went to a women's day and I met you, Wayne Sullivan, and Simon Farrington, and you all sort of introduced me to the Harley Club and said I should go to a practice day, and then that's where I met Nick. Yeah,
right. And Nick, you've been going there for a long time. I remember you. I'm not going to tell the story because I tell it to everyone, but anyway, it involved a tree, and Nick, and that's how I met Nick. And
he's still convinced that it wasn't him.
That fell out of the tree.
No, it wasn't me.
It was definitely you.
It was Chad. I remember. It was 100% Chad. I might have fallen out of the tree a different time, but the time that I remember was Jack. It probably was a different time that I fell out.
It was by our car. We were parked. Actually, where it's funny because it's where Kelsey's dad loves parking.
Yeah, no, that would have been me. That would have been me.
Yeah, that was you. You used, to
Yeah,
climb, you used to climb it all the time.
That was me. 5 years old, out the tree. There we go.
Yeah. So, but I don't think I know your backstory, how you got into bikes, Nick. Because Dad didn't race or anything, did he?
No, so no one raced, but my next door neighbour had a bike. And he used to just come and ride at our place, and Dad just thought, yeah, I'll get the kids a bike. And then we kind of got into it from there. Started on a quad
right.
and then slowly got up on bikes. And then we were introduced to the Harley Club by a couple of friends.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, right. And then the rest is history.
Yeah,
So,
just went on from there.
yeah, and that, like you say, that was when you were about five or six. And
Yeah,
how old are you now? 16.
16.
Yeah. So 10 years later. So time flies. And your older brother Max was racing as well, and he sort of retired for young adulthood.
Yeah.
He may come back, who knows, but
I don't know. He's been talking about it a bit. He's been talking to Bryson that saying he might come back and just do an odd club day.
oh,
It'd be
right.
nice. You never know, maybe might get back into it, get addicted to it again. Hopefully.
Yeah, well, we might have to have him on one time and have a chat to why he stopped and all that sort of stuff, and find out rather than putting you on the spot and asking you all that sort of stuff. But you guys travelled heaps when you were younger. You did do a lot of racing at the Harley Club, but you also travelled around Aussie a lot, didn't you?
Yeah, we did a fair bit of travelling. It was like every second weekend we'll be up in New South Wales.
Yeah.
A lot of travelling when I first started.
And what do you
Started
think
in
that
racing.
did for your riding? Like,
Oh, it helps heaps. Just going new tracks, learning different tracks because every bit's different surface. Just racing the other kids because competition varies from track to track. And I reckon it just teaches you a lot about changing your riding style to where you are.
And was your goal when you guys were younger and in those junior ranks, was your goals to be number one in Australia? Because you guys did the championships in that most years, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I think every time we rolled to the track, it was always, go to win. There was never go to improve. It was always take out the number one spot.
Yeah.
Usually ended up on the ground, but
well, I do remember a period of time where I think you got the nickname Rubber Boy or
Junior Rubber Man
yeah,
because I bounce instead of roll.
Yeah, because you were bouncing a lot. Yeah, and but that sort of touch wood, that hasn't been the case in the last year or two, is it?
Oh, it started to mellow out a bit. I've had the odd spill, but like nothing too serious at the moment.
Yeah.
Don't want to tempt fate, but
yeah, let's keep it that way. That would be good. And
yeah, we'll try it.
And Kelsey, you as discussed on the Bathurst one, you're pretty new to racing, but you've come a long way in a short time.
Yeah, well, last year was my first race season, so
yeah, full race season, and this year will be your second full race season. And you decided to step up to senior women's, which is, what do you think about that? You think that's a good move for you, or?
Yeah, I really enjoy racing in the women's. It was really good at Bathurst, especially. It was great to see how many women there are that are really talented and challenge the boys.
Yeah.
So that was good. It's good riding with them.
And what do you think? Do you prefer to do race in a women's only class rather than in the juniors against boys, like a mixed field? Do you think it's better or the same? It doesn't matter?
I don't think it really matters because, well, when I first got into it, I obviously started at a women's day, so it was nice riding with women, but at the same time, I feel like riding with the boys, a lot of them can be a lot more competitive sometimes. And especially being a girl, some of them just don't like, the competition of a girl being in front of them. So they get really aggressive. But
a little bit dirty. I feel like you're meaning dirty rather than aggressive.
Yeah, in some cases, yeah. But it's sort of just a bit of a push, to be honest. So it's probably C grade gave me a bit of a push, be a bit more aggressive with them. Don't just sort of let them push you around. But yeah, C grade sort of shows sometimes things can get a bit rough. So yeah.
Yeah, it is a little bit. It is a little bit rougher in the aspect of some of the riders don't have the skill factors.
Yeah.
Especially because in the senior classes you don't. That's pretty much the beginner seniors class.
Yeah.
So they could come from anywhere and have any level of riding skill. That's the hard part of it. But I sort of think I've had this conversation with your dad. I sort of think it's still a good class to race in, because basically you can have that in any class. The Pro 450s is you don't have to qualify or anything. So if a ex-motocross has never done dirt track, he can just come and ride. Or if someone just off the street that's never done dirt track, he can still choose to just ride in the 450 class.
Yeah.
I think you would be faster anyway, so you'd be out of the danger zone. But I sort of think it's not a bad thing that you get in with people like that. For a season, because sort of helps you learn how to deal with that unpredictableness and a little bit of the rough and tumble and not riders like of Nick's skill level and generally the Pro 450 class is pretty good. And yeah, B and A grade are a lot better because people hold their lines and are a little bit more respectful to, but not always. Some people are just aggressive by nature, and it's good that you're learning to deal with it, I think. And I know you've had a lot of advice to get out of C grade, but
I'm going up to B grade next race day, so see how I go in there.
Yeah, I think you'll go well. It'll be good. So that's this weekend coming.
Yeah.
Right. And on the 450 still, your 250's not up and running.
250 is not up and running yet. No, hopefully, maybe by the next race day, but not this one. We'll just see.
And so what's going on with that? You're going to get rid of it, or?
I'm not sure yet.
Yeah.
Haven't decided. Yeah. Have to talk to Dad a bit more about what we're going to do with it. So. Yeah.
And what about you, Nick? What bike are you on mainly now?
It's 450, 250. I kind of rotate from 250 to the other 250 just to give them a break. No rebuild as soon as,
Yeah.
Don't want to be rebuilding the bikes every couple of weeks. So try to alternate them. But
so you've got
two majority.
Yeah, two 250s. There's one a CRF and one's a
I just got I got Max's old one and my CRF.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So there's plenty of bikes if Max wants to do a comeback.
Yeah, we still got all these bikes, so they just got my name written on them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right. And that's because you're both quite young. And do you guys do maintenance on your bikes, or is it mainly your parents doing that sort of stuff?
No, Dad gets angry at me because I mess things up.
Yeah, I help Dad. So
you're looking out the door there to see if he's listening.
Yeah, I know. He'll come in and expose me in a second. He'll come say that I don't help, but I do. He just tells everyone I don't.
Yeah, in what way? Just cleaning and stuff, or actual maintenance?
Yeah, I normally clean my bikes. I wash my bikes and everything, and then help him do the oil and the air filters and everything, and then changing tires and swapping wheels over and everything. I help him with all that. So
yeah, sweet. Yeah, so because you learn a lot from that. I mean, they're simple tasks, but you do. Do learn a fair bit about your bike when you do that. So we'll have to have a chat to Dave and say, stop being such a grumpy bastard, letting it give you a hand.
He doesn't even let him wash his bike.
I know.
It's all right.
I can imagine.
The reason you become such a good rider is because you made mistakes. So, it's the same with everything in life. You got to make mistakes.
Yeah, it's usually expensive mistakes, so that's the problem.
Like what?
Have you got an example wrong with the bike and it goes wrong? It's usually more than just get up off the ground.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, shit happens.
Yeah. So tell that to Mum. She's the one watching the bank account.
Yeah. I was going to try and steer away from affordability and money this one, I think.
Yeah.
But it's you guys obviously understand how much it costs to go to the track and what racing costs, and
Oh, it's shocking.
and appreciate it and put in your best effort. So both of you, you can see you ride your hearts out at the track and put in your best effort every meeting. And like you were saying before, Nick, you're going there to win, not just to be there and hang out with your mates. And yeah, I think it's pretty evident.
Yeah.
You take any spare gap that's left there, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And Kelsey, you're not far behind. You do the same. If you see the opportunity, you take it, which is good while you're progressing. So
Yeah.
you had a bit of a nasty crash at Albury. We spoke about that a little bit at Bathurst.
Yeah.
So now you've done Bathurst, you've done Albury, and you've done Broadford, obviously. Does that Albury crash make you not want to go to other tracks, or you think you've put it behind you and you're just going to go and it doesn't matter anymore? Yeah.
At first, like, I thought it would sort of impact how nervous I got at Bathurst, but as soon as I went out there for the first practice, I loved it, and I didn't think about Albury the whole weekend.
Yeah.
So Albury's sort of just out of my mind anywhere I go at the minute, except for probably when I go back there. Obviously, it'll probably be a different story, but for the meantime, it hasn't really. Like, at first, it really did, but doesn't really worry me now.
Yeah, I reckon when you go back to Albury, it would only be for the first practice session as well. And your bikes are set up a bit differently now as well.
Yeah, my bikes, when I crashed at Albury, like before, I didn't have my bikes, I didn't have my suspension or anything done. I didn't have, because I've got steering dampeners on both my bikes. I didn't have any of that beforehand, and I was going decent until Albury, but oh well, got the bike set up properly now, so they're going a bit better.
So out of those three tracks, what's your favourite so far?
Oh, probably Bathurst. Bathurst, and I was before I crashed at Albury, I did really enjoy it. Yeah. So like, I love Broadford, but Bathurst is it's good fun. Roost hurts though, but it's good fun.
Do you reckon? I didn't think there. And is that just the high speed and sort of?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think also I struggle with the right-hander probably the most out of everything at Broadford. Like, my top corner's okay, but then my right-hander is shocking. So that's probably what I enjoyed about Bathurst, is there was no right-hander.
No right-hander.
And struggle through there. That's where I lose all my time.
And you have a lot of time in those corners at Bathurst, I reckon. They're just long, sweeping sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is good fun. The right-hander, I think you're in company of the right people. Someone sitting next to you is pretty good in the right-hander. Probably one of the best riders I know in the right-hander. You hold it from basically coming out of turn 2 all the way through, don't you, Nick?
Yeah, I try to,
Yeah, I'm a bit like Kelsey. I struggle with getting on it early enough.
My right-hander annoys him. That's how bad it is. He hates watching me come through there. It annoys him.
It winds me up because she makes so much time up, like in every other corner. And you see her pull like 3 bike lengths through one lap, and then she loses 2.5 of them through the right-hander. And you're like, you do all this work, you work so hard, and you make no time because you lose it all on the right-hander.
So what's the tip though? What can you see that she's not doing?
Turning the throttle, like I don't know. I can't really explain how I go through the right-hander. I kind of just turn the throttle and hold a bit.
Different too, though.
You just got to, as long as it's more entry. Like the biggest part of it is if you get a bad entry, it stuffs up the whole corner because you can't hold it on. It'll pull you out wide. Yeah. If you get a good entry, you can just kind of straight line it, and then it turns into a bit of a straight. And I think that's how you can just hold it on so much. Yeah. It's a bit more of a straight line than actually having to turn.
Yeah, it's like any corner, isn't it? When you get it right, and it feels easy and good, and you'll just have to keep working on it, and I'm sure you'll get there. We were up at Undare, and I think if you don't like the Broadford right-hander, you'll hate that one.
Yeah, probably will.
It's just it's a lot sharper. It's really good fun, actually. It reminds me of Tamora, which is an oil track, and that's a bit like that. It's got a really sharp left hand, and then it hooks around to the right hand, and it's pretty tight. But it's heaps of fun because you have to. Well, I was using the back brake a fair bit to make the back step out to line set you up for the next two corners. And it's good fun. So hopefully they grade that track a bit wider and stuff, and we get to cut more laps on it. But there's a night practice coming up on May 13th there. Are you guys going to make that one, do you think?
I think Kelsey's asked me, I'll try to make it. Like, I'll make an effort, I'll tell Dad about it.
Yeah.
And I'll try to get up there. So I need more practice on those tighter tracks. I'm not a fan of them. So
yeah, well, that speedway track is something else. Like it's really tight. The radius is like that. I can't really do it on my screen for some reason. For the people that can't see us, I'm wiggling my finger up and down. But it's a really tight radius. It's probably it's probably one of the tightest tracks I've ever been on, I think.
Yeah, it'd probably be a good practice if there's ever like another New South Wales title at Curry. If you've ever seen or raced that track, it's such a tight technical track. Like if you could be the best rider in the world, and then if you have the wrong line, you'll finish last.
Yeah, right.
It's like a second, third gear track through most of it. It's
is that
so
just
slow.
the oval you're talking about, or is that because the
it's
footage I've seen of it, they cut the dog leg through the middle of the speedway oval?
Yeah, so it's the speedway oval and the dog legs there, but the dog legs pretty much a stopping corner. I think when I was racing 150s, you dropped a second coming into it.
Yeah, okay.
So it was a real sharp corner. The right hand is only 2 to 3 bike lengths wide, so not much passing goes on through there, but very technical track, and you win off pure skill there because you can't have a fast bike and that win you the race.
Yeah. If anyone wants to watch that footage, it's Curry and it's on YouTube, and it should come up just by typing Curry in. I'm pretty sure it's come up a few times when I've looked for it. And so what's your favorite track in Aussie then, Nick? Do you have one?
Probably the same as Kelsey. I love Bathurst. Hunter is pretty close there because it's pretty similar to Bathurst. And Bega, because it's just nice little Canberra track, and it's good fun.
Oh yeah. So what do you mean by Canberra? It's got
sloping corners. Like
Bathurst, is that an oval, or is it got
it's an oval track. They're all oval tracks, just fast.
Yeah.
That's why you like them.
Yeah, you just open most of the track.
Yeah, and what do you reckon with Oyen? Because you did that as well, didn't you?
Oyen's really good. It's got a bit of a weird first corner. It feels like it goes forever. You go through 3/4 of it, you look up and you go, I'm on the straight, and you see a wall in front of you, and you go, no, I'm still turning. And then you keep going. But no, that's a really good track as well. All those big tracks like Bathurst and that, they're all great tracks because it's just power the whole way, you know.
Yeah, and it seems to be that they're coming back a little bit, which is good. So I'm not sure how that's happening or why that's happening, but Kelsey sent me some pictures of the Bendigo showgrounds a while ago.
Yeah.
And that'd be awesome too. That looks awesome. But I think I saw something on social media the other day that they might be actually removing it. But
oh, really?
Yeah, I could be wrong.
That's where they do all the horse stuff in Bendigo. Normally.
Yeah.
They have like a lot of shows there.
It's only gossip, you know. So
yeah, well, who knows? Because they've probably been saying all that for years, and they'll never actually do it. I don't reckon. Like they've got so many facilities there.
Oh, that's what it was. That's what it was. They're putting something in there for the Commonwealth Games.
Because they're coming like 2026.
Yeah, a velodrome or something. But I'm not sure if it's going actually where the track was.
Hopefully not.
That's what they were implying. But that would be a shame. But anyway, hopefully these ones like Bathurst and I haven't heard any more about Oyen. So but it'd be good if that came back. I'd definitely try and make that one.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think my dad heard anything about it as well. He was talking about he doesn't really know what's going on with it. We're trying to get it up and running, but I don't think it's going to happen this year.
Yeah. Is that Oyen you're talking about?
Yeah. We haven't heard much from it. I hope it runs
Because-
again though, because it was a great meeting. Like,
Would you guys get to the Tamworth one? I think it's May something.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Quinn,
I think
Quinn, oh, I can never say the name of the park, Quinderry or something like that.
Queenie.
Quindy it might be. Yeah. Yeah, am I overcomplicating it?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Oh, that looks good too. I'm pretty sure it was May, unless it was this month, and I've got my dates all mixed up.
Or if it's this month, there's no way we'll make it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, me neither. I won't even be there next weekend, so you're gonna have to show off for someone else.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I'll try.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. I'm sure you'll cause trouble.
Yeah, somewhere.
Oh, we're sure.
No,
Yeah, no.
not at all.
No.
So now you're in the senior ranks. What are the goals for you guys?
Just to win. I think same as juniors. Rock up to the track, no
Yeah.
matter what the event, and win. That's always a goal at the end of the day for me, I reckon. Just
Yeah.
know that one of the best out there.
Do you care about being the best in Australia, or like will you do all the title meetings, or
Yeah, I think that's always the goal at the end of the day, is just be the best one out there. I think I'll be doing the Aussie titles at Albury, and not sure where the other Aussies are, or if they've been already. Trying to think.
No,
It's-
that
I don't
was
think there's-
juniors.
Yeah, and I'm seeing long tracks haven't been. I think we'll do most of the title meetings this year.
yeah,
Still
yeah,
get
that'd be
into it.
cool. Yeah, I think that what was it? I saw the Queensland championships on the 30th of April. Yeah, but
Oh, yeah,
that's
I heard about
that's
that.
Queensland dirt track championships. I'm pretty sure it was
Yeah.
30th
Yeah.
of April. But yeah, that's a bit of a journey. So
Yeah, it's a little
Even
bit.
Bathurst was like a hike, so
yeah,
we
Bathurst is
stopped in Albury.
pretty big
Broke
trip.
up the trip. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going up to Carra when I come back from New Zealand next in 2 weeks, I think it is, which is the 30th of April, funny enough. That's a bit of a trip too. It's only an hour from Bathurst. So, but yeah, that's an awesome track. You would have raced there, wouldn't you, Nick?
No, I don't think I have. I think that's like the one track that I just haven't been to.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think I've been to Canada. No.
Yeah, that's got a descent and an ascent. So the turn 1 and 2 are going downhill, and turn 3 and 4 are coming back uphill.
Oh.
So it's sort of spinny. Is Canberra like that? I think you do.
Yeah, Canberra's like that.
Like that. Yeah.
Canberra, it's weird at Canberra though, because you go faster uphill than you do downhill.
Yeah, it's probably fair to say that here too. I think it's just, I don't know, it's more confident and inspiring going uphill. You can just give it a lot more. Going
Yeah.
downhill, it feels like something's pushing you.
Yeah.
Mm.
Gotta
So,
stop a bit earlier.
yeah. But Appin's actually not quite like Cara, but it does have in turn 3 and 4 is sort of going uphill as well. But it sort of goes up and over, if that makes sense. It's sort of, but very slight. You can't see it until you're powering on, and then your back wheel just sort of kicks out.
Yeah.
A few people come off there in front of me, luckily not me, which is unusual. But yeah, sweet. All right. So did we get into how you got your numbers? I don't think I asked you that one, did I?
I got my number from the MCTC. I used to race there. And they did like a presentation night, and they just gave out numbers, and I got 149. And they just stuck with me.
Yeah, right.
I think that's the same as Max got his number. It's just we got to give it to the MCTC, and that was it. Just never bothered to change it. We liked it. So
Yeah. What's the MCDC?
MCTC.
Yeah.
It's a little fun. It's kind of like a motocross track, but it's for farm bikes down in Kelsey.
Oh, all right.
You just go there for the day, pay a couple dollars, and rip round for the whole day as long as you want.
They generally every year do a day at Broadford too.
I think it's coming up soon, actually. I think
Yeah.
it's not the week after next week. I think it's the week after that, because it's close, because they were trying to advertise it with the JD Day that's this
Yeah.
weekend.
There's one this weekend with the Harley Club, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are you guys going to go to that and help
Yeah,
out?
I'm coaching in it. I'm helping run the day.
Oh, are you? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I volunteered to help.
Yeah.
run a few drills, just see how it goes.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, be good.
Yeah, they wouldn't let me teach the right-hander though.
You're gonna teach
They
that.
said they didn't want any injuries, so they said that I couldn't teach them.
What, you serious?
Yeah, they said they didn't want anyone coming off.
But that's what you're teaching them not to do.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said, but no, I didn't want it.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
I think
So-
they threw Coggy on it though, so it's not. It's probably the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How's
yeah,
that any different?
I know.
yeah. So I suppose you won't know the numbers yet, or sort of what sort of age groups you've got, because
Yeah.
how, because you guys stepped up from the junior 250 class. How many juniors are left in that?
There's actually more than when we stepped up. So
Oh,
There's
really?
like some replaced us.
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
like
yeah.
3 that are because there's
it's more than 3. There's nearly heaps now. So there used to be like 5 of us that would ride. It was usually on a good day you get like maybe 8.
Yeah,
And that was like if everyone rolled up.
Yeah.
Usually it like
That was
some
rare.
days it was like you get a podium no matter what. It'd be me,
yeah,
Kelsey,
that was me.
Riley,
My
and
first
it was
race,
just 3 of us.
my first ever, well, my 2 first races, I got podiums in 150 and 250 class. So
Yeah, but as soon as we've left, a heap of kids have come up, and there's nearly heaps every time.
yeah,
I think was there heaps last weekend? I swear they had heaps, and I think someone dropped out because I didn't see a final run. But they
Yeah.
had a lot of 250s. So
yeah,
People
but there's
come in.
people because there's more people coming from everywhere else as well.
yeah,
And also there's a few of the younger kids now stepping up.
you
So
got
it
Tommy,
is-
Mitchie, Caden,
Right.
and all them younger kids getting in
Yeah.
the bigger bikes now.
yeah.
So numbers have gone up a bit. I'm a bit sad because
Yeah, now that we've left.
there's only a couple of us going round. Now they've all gone as soon as we've
Yeah, it was
left.
a bit boring for Nick. He was just out in front most of the time.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
you're in
look,
front of me for
our,
one lap.
Yeah,
you
I'll
know
never
that.
forget my quickest lap around Broadford was in front of Nick, and I will never forget that one lap in front of him.
No, when you start beating me just all the time, you'll forget about it.
No, I don't think I will.
No, I don't know.
I don't think I will.
The rate you're improving, you might.
We'll see.
yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
But it's you know, what would you prefer? I know what I'd prefer. Would you prefer the challenge of a competitive class or the sort of easy podiums, without being disrespectful, because there is no easy podium? I know you guys ride to your max anyway.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, less. You know, you've stepped up into the seniors. I think you'd probably both be at the front of the 250s anyway if you're still in juniors.
Yeah, well, I'm going up to B grade now because I won C grade. I won like all my heats, and got like second in one of them, and then won the final on my first like proper senior Harley Club race. So yeah, so now I'm just going up to B grade, sort of push myself, get in with the fast guys,
Yeah,
push
beautiful.
myself a bit more. I think I'll learn more. You know, the more I can chase, instead of just staying in front of people, I can actually sort of watch people and sort of chase from behind,
Yeah,
not just sort of try stay in the front.
yeah, cool. What
Yeah.
about you, Nat?
Kind of the same with Kelsey. I'd heaps rather lose than and have like a closest race, or even be running mid-pack than just go out and win by the length of the straight. Because if you're in front, you do learn things, but not much compared to what you'd learn mid-pack and dicing with the other riders.
Yeah,
If you're just out on your own, you just cruise at your own pace. You're not pushing anything. But if you're with the other riders, you got someone on your ass, or you're just trying to get past someone, you got something to push for, and that's just where the improvement comes, because you need to go that little bit faster than you already are.
yeah,
Can't sit at a set pace and just know that, yeah, this is a safe speed. I won't fall off going like this. I know how to ride it, and you can just cruise at that.
yeah. Yeah, and plus battles, you know,
It's half the fun.
battles are what makes racing, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
half the fun. It's no fun
Yeah.
if you just cruise around in front.
And it doesn't matter if you're battling at the back or the front or the middle. If you're having battles, I think that's
Yeah, they're good fun.
You always, you know, you usually cross the line and both of you will either fist bump or you both be smiling that hard, you know. goggles
Yeah.
under the helmet.
You can see it through the goggles when
Yeah.
you look over.
Yeah. No, I think everyone gets a thrill out of having decent battles, and you learn a lot from that too, with racecraft and that sort of stuff. And like you said, there was one time I went to Mildura and I went in the vets class, and there was just two other guys, and I was quite a bit faster than them. And someone asked me to, well, they didn't outright ask, but they made a joke about slowing down. And I gave it a go, but it's really hard when you get to a certain level to go that far back, like
that's like
4 seconds slower or something.
When I first started, Nick is like, "Oh, I'll go slow, I'll show you my lines, just follow me." And then I'm chasing him, and he's just cruising around, going slow, waiting for me. He has to keep like pretty much stopping just to wait for me, and I'm going my hardest trying to catch him. But then I think it was in like, I don't know. One day I was out, I think it was at a women's day, and I was showing one of my friends lines or something, but then I actually got a feel for how Nick felt because I had to keep like waiting for it.
Yeah.
So I actually understood that, it is hard once you get to a certain level to like ride slower.
Yeah, because it's not comfortable.
No, and it feels like, it feels like you're just going to fall off, and it's not really a good, you're not really setting a good example if you're riding like crap because you can't ride properly.
But that's where those slow drills are good, and it keeps those skills up, and balance and all that sort of jargon. And you might, I don't know, you might read, you do a lot of riding on your 80 and that at home, Nick, so it probably won't phase you, but you might discover that a little bit with the young tackers this weekend.
Yeah. No, I'm going to bring the 80 up instead of the bigger bike so I can ride around with them.
Yeah.
Bit of a pain on the bigger bikes, I think, when you're dealing with little kids, So, like, especially if you're out with some kids who are on 50s and that, like, it's just, I think it gets a bit overwhelming for them when they see a big bike go past them, even if you are going slow. So, I reckon the best thing to do is whip out the old farm bike and rip round with them on their level.
Yeah, that would be good. Lots of fun, I reckon. You should get a kick out of that. Have you done it before? You haven't. Yeah, you've been. Right?
I've done JDs. I haven't coached at one because I've just hit senior, so I've only been allowed. But I've done junior developments before.
Yeah.
He's pretty much been my coach the whole time anyway, so I guess that counts for something.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure it does. And I did write some things down. What have we covered? We've covered numbers. Actually, we didn't get yours, Kelsey. What's going on there?
They're all sort of numbers from sport, I guess. So 8, that was one of my numbers, and then 3 and 7, but also because 8 was my first one, and then it was 7, then 3. They were all my, significant ones throughout the sports I played.
What sports were they from? Sorry, I'm old. I'm full in sleep.
Footy, soccer. I played that when I was younger, and then did a bit of footy. That was good.
Yeah.
So that's sort of where I acquired my numbers from, and then 8, 3, 7 sort of just looked the best, putting all the numbers together. And I think Dad called MV to sort out numbers because we sort of did it all properly from the start to get my own proper number because that's what we thought we had to do. But then we've only just realised, seeing all the double ups in numbers, that obviously we didn't have to do that, but it's becoming a hassle now with everyone having double up. So, sort of got my own number and I'm safe with that. So
yeah, it's a good thing. No, it's more motocross that you reach your numbers, and for dirt track, for some reason, we're left behind once again. But
I know.
But yeah, and what do you guys think about that? Do you like the way the sport is? Would you like to see it growing? Do you like the idea of the AFTN and the 19 and stuff? Obviously, you're both on the Kelpie. Actually, I didn't mention that before, but you're both Kelpie development riders. Doesn't mean we force you to ride on 19s or that I force you to do 19s. That's totally your choice if you want to do that stuff. But do you think that's going to help improve the sport and growth in Australia, or do you think it's fine the way it is and you like it like that? What's your opinion?
I reckon it'll grow the sport because it just gives a bit more variety. Like, even if you come from, say someone comes from America where they do ride on those tyres, it gives them an option to do something and just something new and different. If someone's getting a bit tired of the sport, wants to try something new, I think it just keeps it fresh and
Yeah,
opens it up for more riders to come in. So I reckon it's actually a good thing for the sport. And the
yeah.
more riders we can pull in, the better the sport's going to be.
Yeah, and I think you're right there, actually. You're sort of meaning like if they're over in the States and they're not quite getting the results there they want, and they're getting a little bit annoyed with it, maybe the scene there or whatever, they go, oh, I can go and race in Australia in their AFTN series. Is that sort of what you're meaning?
Yeah,
Try
just
something a bit different.
like when the Aussies and that go over to America and race in their part
Yeah.
of the track and doing all that. I reckon if you got some people over there, you could even turn it. You can make the sport massive if
Yeah.
enough people got into it and they started opening up everywhere. You could turn it into even like world champions and that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think you're right. And that's what we all sort of forget, like in any sport, not just flat track, but we look at AFT, which is the American flat track, and they concentrate on the pro riders as well. But
Yeah.
you sort of forget about there's a whole lot of what we will call club level riders, which they call amateur riders, that are all very talented riders. And, maybe for some reason they can't do pro or they've had a crack at pro and didn't, like I said before, weren't getting the results they wanted and want to try somewhere else. Or even I'm pretty sure that most of our rounds will be in the off season. I think it does clash a little bit. I'd have to check my notes for that. But I think, it gives them another place to come in. Let's not forget all the other countries too, New Zealand and the UK and Spain and there's a lot more. Indonesia, there's people racing and riding over there that you don't hear about. So, it definitely opens the door up, and they're more likely to come on 19s because that's universal around the world rather than, 21-18. But,
Yeah, change it up.
Yeah. But what you've ridden my 19s once, haven't you? And
Yeah.
they're the only ones you've ridden, yeah?
Yeah, they're the only 19s I've ridden. I'm trying to get a set of wheels now
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
start practice on it.
I'm
Yeah.
getting a set of 19s and put them on one of the 450s.
Yeah, your 19s are downstairs.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're just got to get them.
You're in charge of that.
Yeah, Brendan's bringing them to you next weekend. Yeah.
Oh, is he? Yeah.
Yeah, so they're all done. We just haven't got them across to you. That's all.
Yeah.
But actually, I've fixed up my suspension on my bike, so you can both have a ride on it. It's heaps better than it was. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have to get the 19s in on the other 450 and have a go on that.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to dedicate that bike to, if the 19s is something I'm really going to focus on as well, then get that bike set up for that, because obviously it's going to have different needs.
Yeah, and the AFTN, they've done a women's class too by the looks of it. So
I'll try and get up to them.
Yeah, win yourself a bit of prize money, and keep going. And if the Kelpie Cup keeps, the next round's at Cowra, I'm guessing you guys aren't making that because you're doing the Harley Club ones.
Yeah,
which is fine.
Cowra's also real far away.
Yeah,
But it's coming up quick though. So
it's coming up too quick. But I'm not taking my bike. I've already booked my motel. I'm actually taking my mum, and
nice.
And we're just going to do a bit of a road trip and present the novelty checks and watch the racing, and it should be awesome. And the next rounds, one's definitely at the Harley Club, and I'm hoping to line two more up, and they will be in Victoria. So hopefully they're a bit closer, and you guys can come and race for some points. And we'll see how it all ends up. It'll be interesting to see who can make what rounds, and who ends up on the top step. Did you read the stuff on the webpage, or
No, we had a look at that.
Yeah, so you can end up being a pro rider next year for all the AFTN rounds.
Yeah.
And earn a bit of money racing, which would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
No pressure.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no,
Not at all.
No.
So what do you think about the 19s, Kelsey. Like, you had a little go too. It's Broadford's as far as good as anywhere else to try them out on, but I mean, when it's on your own bike, I'm sure it's going to be a lot nicer.
Yeah, I struggle. I really do struggle riding yummies. They're not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm not comfortable on them. So I think if I actually like the wheels, I was fine with the wheels. It was just hard riding because I struggle getting on other people. Like I hate getting on other people's bikes.
Yeah.
So, I like my bike's my bike and I sort of am just so much more comfortable. So I could get on other people's bikes to sort of, take note of other things and see what I like about it, but I can't because I'm just, it's not my bike, so I'm not comfortable on it.
Yeah.
That's probably, it's a struggle, but it'll be good to actually try them on my own bike, see how they go.
And you can pretty much hop on anything, can't you, Nick? You're not too worried about the setup?
No, I usually just, ride it. It throws me off, it throws me off. I'm pretty confident just jumping on any bike.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, I enjoyed riding with the 19s. It's definitely different. It's a lot of fun. Back flicks out a lot easier.
Yeah.
Like, just throwing the bike around, the movement of it is a lot easier because you don't have as much grip, but then you still, as long as you keep the power smooth, you still have that bit of tread that'll still like bite up and take you.
Yeah, well, that's what I reckon too. And it was interesting. Tom Drain did an interview. Oh, you guys know who Tom Drain is, yeah?
Yeah.
Did an interview on Tank Slapping Podcast, and he was saying that the trials tire was more like riding a speedway bike, but I would have thought it was the other way around. You sort of keep more of a constant slide on the 19s, I thought, but that might just be the way he rides and the way he sees that he rides,
Yeah.
So I found that quite interesting.
Weight could probably play into it as well. Like it's all just everything varies from rider to rider. You'll ask one rider one thing and the next one will say the complete opposite.
Yeah, I can't really ask many people for their opinion because the way the bike handles me versus other people on the bike because I'm so much lighter, it's sort of a lot harder to gauge what to do with it sometimes.
Well, you're both jockeys, aren't you? You could basically get a job as a jockey tomorrow.
Yeah.
How many kilos are you?
I'm 50.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm 67.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's nothing.
So yeah, it was still pretty light. The bike doesn't even know we're on it.
Yeah.
It just kind of goes.
My 450, my last race day, my first start on the 450, I flipped it for the first time ever.
I was standing there. That was fantastic.
Yeah, apparently everyone was laughing at me.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I
was
enjoyed
so
it.
frustrated because I was just the whole day it put me off my start. So my starts are because my starts on the 450 is sort of what gets me through. In C grade, it helps a lot because it puts me at the front.
Yeah.
Which is where you want to be. So that helps.
Yeah.
Because the 450, because I'm so light, just sort of takes off. Except for when I flip it, but
it did take off. It just took off.
Yeah, it took off the wrong way.
Well, you found a bit of traction, that's all, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
That you weren't
didn't know she had the mission.
Yeah, no, it's a lot different starting on them because I hadn't. The first time I ever tried a Mishi was at Bathurst. Because I've always ridden on V rubbers just because that was cheapest first thing I got. If I was going to stick to it. We didn't know that, so just got whatever was around. But everyone been telling me, no, get a Mishi. I'm like, oh, all right. So I got one for Bathurst, and it was so good. But because it was dirt starts there, so I didn't really notice that they're actually a lot different to start on. Yeah. And then when I was starting on them at Broadford, it's so much different to the V rubber.
Yeah.
It's not as forgiving on your starts. It's more forgiving everywhere else except for the start line.
So what do you mean by that? That it's not as forgiving?
Well, it's sort of. I don't know. How do you explain it?
You can't really dump the clutch and let the wheel spin for too much because it doesn't. It grips up quicker than most of the other tires.
Yeah, because it's
so yeah, if you're dropping it and you're spinning on the V rubber, it'll grip up in kind of bits, and you won't flick on the back wheel and get that instant drive as soon as it grips. But if you don't get the right start with the Michi and it grips, it'll just flick.
Yeah.
But I think that shows like how much the bike setup changes everything, because you can tweak one thing and then everything changes for the whole track.
Yeah. I know. It was probably a mistake, Rod, putting that Michelin on your bike, but
yeah, I know. He's probably regretting it. His bank account's probably going to regret it. So.
It is hard going back. Once you go to those. I went back obviously because of my business and that sort of thing. But I had a ride on Dan's bike at Undera, and I was going, oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
it does feel pretty
good.
Well,
I think it'd be much easier for me to ride on a V rubber compared to all of them, because that's what they've been riding on for years. Yeah. It's like Daniel, he hates V rubbers, but see, I could probably still get on one and do just as well. I reckon didn't really change that much for me.
Yeah,
but it is obviously a lot better, but I reckon I could probably still run similar times on a V rubber.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
I think my quickest lap around Broadford is like 28.1, and that was on a V rubber. That was back in June 250s. So
was that when Nick was chasing you?
Yeah, that was when Nick was behind me. That's why. So I was determined to not let him pass, but unfortunately, he got past me coming into the second lap.
The 28.1's awesome. Yeah. What's your fastest time on Broadford, Nick?
I think it's a 26.5.
Yeah. Was that at that Vic Titles?
No, that was last race meeting.
Yeah, he pulled like 3:26s.
Yeah.
He didn't even realise.
Yeah, awesome.
So everyone was complaining about the track, but I was loving it.
Yeah, except for when they graded it.
But I wasn't setting 26s then.
Yeah, I know.
My 26s were set in the first 3 races, I think.
Was it when it was really deep?
Yeah, when it was just really deep, because I was just getting grip. So you could come in hard and you could lay the bike over. You didn't have to back off because there's so much dirt. It'd slow you down a lot quicker. So you could come to the corner a lot harder. And then as soon as you hit pad, just grip and take you. So I think that's a big part of how the lap time dropped a little bit from the 27.
Yeah.
See, I'm the opposite. I liked it the second half of the day much better when they took all the dirt off. They all complained, and I was so happy. I had a big grin on my face when they were all complaining about it.
I don't know, Kelsey. You were complaining to me because I kept watering it before you.
Yeah, but that's watering it before the women's. It seems to be always before women's.
Yeah, that was bad timing. Someone said that to me as well, and not because I was on the start gate that day, and it was just bad timing. It wasn't.
Yeah, it could have been me. I was not happy that day. I was not happy with how I was riding. I was so frustrated. So then the water just no.
Yeah, it was just unfortunately the track was drying out too much, and it just seemed to fall right.
Yeah, then
unfortunately.
Yeah, it's hard because then they just took all the dirt off, so it wasn't really holding any moisture at all at that point. So then it just got slick. It was shocking.
Yeah, look, track prep's pretty hard. It's a hard job, isn't it? And that. I could see the advantages of the deepness, and like you were saying, that a lot of the faster guys liked it, but then the skill levels, they've all been riding for many years, and I think the skill level showed. But to me, that track wasn't really safe for a broad skill level.
Yeah, probably right there.
There's
track prep's a really overlooked thing in dirt track. People look at it and just think, well, you can do this, you can water it like that. But I think when you go out there and do it, it's completely different. It's so hard to control the track.
When we were watching from the outside, we could just see some riders, and a couple crashes happened, and you could see it was just, they weren't like, you will power over all those ruts and just weight back, lighten your front and just go over everything. They were looking at the ruts and going in them and losing the front. So, and it was, and even doing that at 40, 50K, it's actually pretty dangerous. It's usually those slower speeds, it's even worse, those accidents, because you have time to respond and you put limbs out and that sort of stuff. So, we sort of had to make that call, and the track guys made that call. But, Yeah, it's hard because if they'd taken half the amount off, probably would have been good. I don't know if they could only scrape it that hard because that's all they can do. I don't know how to.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you can just take half off.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's either like
None.
flatten it out and spread it around, or just take the whole thing off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
best. They probably at the end of the day they made the best choice and the safest choice for everyone
With it,
by just taking all the dirt off.
But you guys, I think there was a Moto Cloud Day. Was it the weekend after, or
yeah, I
Yeah,
think so.
yeah.
did you guys go to that? Because
Yeah.
it looked
Yeah.
like
It was
all the
just-
dirt was back on in the pictures I saw.
It was
Oh,
just short track the whole day because it rained a fair bit. So the top corner was just like
sand.
that.
It was
Yeah,
just
like
deep, like
that
sand.
deep.
We rode in and the front's just grabbing and we're like, yeah, not running long track
Yeah.
today. So I had to
Because
ride the short track for the whole day.
that day was meant to be spent working on my right hander, but oh well,
Yeah.
bit of short track.
Yeah, do you know what's heaps of fun is we did it only one time. I'd like to do it more. Is when you're using the speedway track and you've got the last part of the right hander cut through it.
Yeah.
Well, you take the right hander instead of finishing the
Oh.
speedway
Oh,
track.
really?
Yeah, it's
That'd
really
be really weird because that like when you come into that corner, you run through it really quick because it's a bit of like a rolling corner, if you know what I mean. Like you come in, you lay the bike over, and you roll pretty quickly through it and then go.
yeah.
So it'd be very different to come through and then just have to put on the brakes and turn into the right.
It's
hander.
almost a stop corner. Yeah.
Yeah.
I overran it a couple of times trying to figure it out. Yeah, so I reckon it's really good. I like that technical stuff. You haven't been at our place, Nick, but Kelsey has. Our tracks are pretty small and
Yeah, I
tight.
struggled with yours a lot.
Yeah,
I kept overrunning yours.
Hence, she's never come back.
Hey.
But
I'll drag her down. I'll come down.
yeah,
I'll get
yeah.
her to come.
Yeah, well, actually, so I get back on 26th, then the girls all go to England for 3 weeks on the 28th. So there's 4 bedrooms free, so you can come and ride every day if you want, but you're probably back at work and school.
Yeah, back
Yeah,
at work and school.
Yeah.
And then that whole weekend, because that whole weekend's racing. Well,
Yeah.
The 29th is.
Yeah,
No, the 30th, sorry.
yeah, the 30th. And
Yeah.
there is something.
You don't know.
No, I don't have a clue. I'll rock
There's
up
something
the
on the
track.
29th too, isn't there? I think you're right.
No. Oh, there might be.
When's the JD day? Is that this coming weekend?
That's this
Yeah,
weekend.
it's just this weekend. Saturday.
22nd.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I was just looking at my phone to see if I could see what it was, and it is. You're right, the 22nd. So I do have a couple more questions for you, and so we sort of asked you your rider goals to win every race is pretty much what Nick Berry wants to do. Pretty much what you want to do too, isn't it, Kelsey?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to
Probably catch up to Nick.
be.
My one goal in life is to beat him.
And so, actually, that is the whole sex thing as far as male and female. Sort of drives me a bit crazy. But do you want to be? Would your goal be just being the best rider that you can? Doesn't matter gender, or do you want to be the best female rider? What's more higher on your priority list?
Oh, that's a hard one because probably a bit of both, to be honest. Like, it'd be great to be the best female rider because a lot of people, like myself, look up to them. Like at Bathurst, it was just great, getting out on the track with the fastest women in Australia.
Yeah.
So I think being, watching how well they compete with the men, it's just great. But at the same time, it'd be great to also just be seen as another talented rider amongst the men, not just like a good female, just another talented rider.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it without offending people, but I sort of think we're all riders.
Yeah.
They're probably there's physical strength differences, but I think it's been proven around the world and in America, and that females can definitely beat.
Yeah.
And in
100%.
Australia too, I get beaten by chicks all the time. It's fine with it, it's fine. Because once the helmet's on, to me, you're a racer. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Well,
You're
we're
a
all there
bloke
to
or a
win at
girl.
the end of the day.
If we're battling, and I'm going to treat you just like anyone else. It's
I
those
think
young.
that's one thing that I was glad I was introduced to at the very start of racing, because you watch a lot of women and girls at women's days, and a lot of them get uncomfortable just with like male coaches.
Yeah.
Sort of, being faster, but then they're fine with other girls. So I'm sort of glad that doesn't really matter at the end of the day if someone's faster than you, because the women can get just as rough as the men can. So it shouldn't really matter.
Yeah.
No,
you're right. It shouldn't matter. I think once the helmet's on, that we're all racers, and you just got to be the best you can, and everyone wants to be number one, but there's a pretty big talent pool here in Australia, and it's sort of overlooked a bit. It's we've got 2 riders in America, which is fantastic, and they're doing an awesome job. But then when I haven't seen Max race here, but I've seen Tom race here, and there's a big bunch of blokes and chicks that aren't far behind.
Yeah.
Our talent level is pretty big,
Pretty high.
and I think guy, girl, whoever it is at the front, they're the ones you want to chase and just be the best you can be, isn't it?
Yeah.
But so that was. Oh yeah, and the other thing was, it's probably out the window at the moment, being school holidays, and I don't know. I can picture a bedroom with Cheeto packets and cola cans and that all. But have you been working out? Do you guys do? I mean, you're younger too, so do you think it's as important to be as physically fit as possible?
Yeah, I reckon that's definitely a big part of like I'm in the gym usually like 5 days a week. Because when you get, especially once you step up from like 150s to 250s or like 85s to 250s, it's such a big jump. You notice it straight away with like arm pump, fatigue. Like even me going to the gym like as much as I do at club days, if I'm racing 4 different classes, by the end of the day, I'm just sat there like I might drop out of the final. Like it's just a lot of hard work. So I reckon keeping your health up is really important for the sport, because you can't go the long days if you just don't have the physical strength to do it.
Yeah, and not only for results, but I reckon for safety too. The stronger and the fitter is better for your safety as well when you have a get off. I don't know. Do you spend much time stretching, Nick, or is it mainly strength exercising you do?
Mostly strength exercises, bit of cardio every now and then. You got to keep the fitness up, but yeah, mostly strength exercises. Do a couple stretches.
Yeah,
but it's not too much on flexibility at the moment.
Yeah,
just trying to hold on to the 450.
Yeah, that's probably more of an age thing. I'm finding as I get older that just getting out of bed can be challenging sometimes. So I'm doing lots of stretching, and so if I do come off that, I'll be a little bit more what's the right word? Nimble. I think that's the right word, isn't it?
Aerodynamic.
Flexible.
People graceful.
Aerodynamic.
Yeah, graceful. I've never been graceful. Thanks, Kelsey.
I don't think anyone is, to be honest.
Yeah,
I've done a couple of flips in my time.
Yeah. Well,
Nice
hence rubber boy.
My head counts as nice landing.
Yeah, right.
So, what's your favourite foods?
Favorite foods? Are we talking just like any foods to eat, or just
pizza and pasta?
Yeah,
pizza's always high on the list.
Yeah, pizza and pasta.
I like good steak.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Love good steak.
You're a steak chick too, are you, Kelsey?
Oh, it depends on the day. Yeah, it really just depends. I either feel like it or I don't. Tonight I felt like one. So.
Party pies, they're pretty good.
Party
pies. We devoured half the box the other day.
Yeah. As you can tell, health is pretty high on our priorities.
Yeah.
Staying fit for the race season.
It's like 4 days, and so we've been in like food comas pretty much.
Yeah, it's been eating so bad. I start training pretty hard when I get back.
Yeah, you will. He's been crushed. He hasn't hit the gym in like 4 days. He's freaking out. He's like, oh, we should go to the gym. I'm like, no thanks. He's been trying to convince me. He's like, oh, we'll go to the gym.
She doesn't want any of it.
No.
She doesn't want to what?
She doesn't want to go. I've been trying to get her to come to the gym and she's just been saying no.
Yeah, it's not my favourite place.
Yeah, well, some people love it, some people don't, and you're doing fine without going. So whatever
Yeah,
you
I think I definitely need to sort of get my ass into gear and get my fitness, a bit higher on the list because it's definitely important.
Might improve your right hander.
Yeah, might improve my right hander, maybe. But yeah, I don't really notice it that much when I'm riding, but I guess it's also because I'm not riding as many classes because I'm only riding like 2 classes. And juniors, 2 classes would still be, you'd get 2 races each round. So it was a lot more. But yeah,
then
seniors
you
is
just get the one. Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah,
it's a bit boring, but
yeah, it's a good point though, and it's actually not a bad thing. Rick Wason, I don't know if you're familiar with what Rick, he said, sort of instead of doing like 4 classes, and depending what your goals are, obviously. So if you're wanting to be like in a club championship, for instance, if you want to be number 1 in that certain class, you're better off just focusing on 1 or 2 classes.
yeah.
Rather than exerting yourself and then get into finals and you can't give the best version of you in that last one.
Yeah, I think I'm a bit more just trying to build my confidence a bit more on the 450, which it's getting there. The 450, it's set up properly now. It's really good. So I think it's just to get a bit more confidence or get a bit quicker and then enter maybe Pro 450 or Open. Get a bit more classes.
Yeah, a bit more seat time and
Yeah. Get out with some fast people.
So what other sports do you do? Do you do other sports or dirt track's the only one you're doing, Kelsey?
Yeah, at the minute.
Yeah.
I used to do a lot, but now just dirt track.
Yeah. And you do a bit of martial arts or something, don't you, Nick?
Yeah, I do a bit of Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a couple of days. Keeps fitness up a bit.
Yeah, well, that would, you'd do stretching and that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's where most of the stretching comes from.
Yeah.
Stretching drills.
It's good until I start practicing it on me, though. All the time.
It's when you get bored.
And then they start trying to teach me, both him and Dan. They just teach me random stuff, but I feel like it's just an excuse to practice on someone.
No, it couldn't be.
Yeah, no, not like before.
Come on, you couldn't see me doing that. I'm way too nice.
Yeah, sure.
You're just irresistible, Kelsey. They just can't keep their hands
Yeah,
up.
I know. That's exactly right. That's just their excuse game.
Don't worry, whatever lets her sleep at night, we'll let her think that.
I'll sleep real well tonight.
You will.
Does Dan do jiu-jitsu as well?
Yeah.
No.
Does
He
do
used to
it
do
anymore?
like wrestling or something.
Yeah, he did jiu-jitsu.
Oh.
He was the one that like semi got me into it. No, Dan's done it for a while.
Yeah, he was really good at it.
Yeah, he used to compete, I'm pretty sure. I think he
He
used to
won like
do
an Australian competition or something.
Yeah, he was good at it.
Yeah, until you throw a spider in the ring and he's gone.
Yeah, I know. Dad saw that video, so I think Daniel needs to watch out now that Dad knows about anything sensitive
Oh,
spiders.
you guys, you weren't aware of that.
I
I was, but I'm perfectly fine with spiders. It's the funniest thing. There's a photo of me when I was younger. I had a spider on my arm, and he just freaks out every time he sees it. It's so funny.
What were you going to say, Nick?
It's lucky he doesn't come to my house. I got like 4 that live under my bed.
Oh,
My husbands love living at my
I was
house.
sitting on the couch and goes, "Oh, I just saw a spider about this big." And I'm like, "Oh, lovely."
Yeah, we get a few of them around here. They call them wood spiders over this side, but I call them huntsmen. They look like huntsmen to me.
We get a fair few here. We get scorpions too. We get like the really little scorpions.
We do too. Yeah, it's strange, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so you're in Bendigo, and where are you, Nick? What side?
I'm in Warburton, in the Yarra Valley.
Oh yeah. So the other side. It's like miles away from Bendigo, isn't it?
Yeah, it was like it took us like 4.5 hours just to get here because
Yeah,
all the public transport's down and that, or it's like certain things are down.
What, did you come on public transport?
Yeah, I went up there and then we both came back down here.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, because you guys haven't got your license yet, have you?
Nah, got ours, but that's about it.
Oh, well, that's your license, yeah, but you can't drive on your own. Yeah.
No, sadly, I just want my P's. I wish we had the same rules as Queensland. I don't like the New South Wales rules.
Did you
They
say
gotta
you
do-
got your P's?
No, I said I wish I had my P's.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it won't be far away, and then you'll be able to drive yourselves to the track, and mum and dad will be going, oh, thank God.
Yeah, go on road trips. They used to go on a road trip to Bathurst.
Yeah. Who's standing at the door looking at you?
Mum.
Yeah.
Mum keeps waving to us.
Are you coming in, Kirsty? You going to say hello or what?
Yeah, you gonna come say hi?
Come say hello.
No, I don't want to.
No, she doesn't want to.
Darcy's not going to bite you. It's
Shy.
okay. Darcy's not going to bite you.
No, I'm not. No, I'll just talk from a distance. It's all good.
Yeah, it's all
There
good.
you go.
Well, you must be pretty proud of Kelsey's achievements over the last year and a bit,
Oh,
Yeah.
stop.
or 2 years.
Don't make her head too big.
Yeah, I know.
Come on, Darcy.
It's so
I'm gonna deal with this.
Yeah, oh, that's right. That's all right, mate. That's why you're there. You're there to cop
Yeah, I'll humble her. Don't worry.
Yeah. No, we are, Darcy. Like both Rod and I are really proud of what she's achieved in, a pretty short time. So she's done well. She's taken to it pretty well.
Yeah, and so actually, why I wanted to talk to you, Kirsty, is I see a lot of photos of this little kid on Facebook, and she's racing other kids and stuff on push bikes and scooters and screaming and stuff. What's going on there? Has she always been this competitive, has she?
Nice.
Yeah, so my family's a little bit competitive
Oh,
as well.
just a tad.
Yeah, so Monopoly games were always really bad. And
Uno games.
So it kind of has filtered down to the younger ones as well. And Kelsey used to like to tease her cousin, and while he was on his little push bike and she was on her scooter.
Is that the one that I seen on Facebook?
I
Yeah,
think so,
probably.
yeah.
And
Which
you
And with-
always ended in tears.
Absolutely lose it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
why did you seem so happy, Kelsey, that to make him
So I
cry?
won. That's all I've ever wanted. I love winning. I can't stand losing. I hate to say it, but I'm a really bad loser.
Yeah.
Like really
She
bad.
is.
Really bad.
I noticed.
Yeah.
I don't like losing to him. Like I know I'm going to, but I hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
look,
well,
she
maybe,
kind of
maybe that's part of the secret and why you have progressed so quickly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
yeah,
and
probably.
I think it's just that determination that, if she doesn't get the spot that she wants, well, next time, okay, well, I'll see what I can do to work on it and make sure that, I finish in a position that I want to finish in. So
Like I always tease Nick that I'm better than him and that I'm gonna beat him, but maybe one day. Even his dad told me that'll be the best day of his life when I beat you.
I've got to make sure it doesn't happen. Then Dad can't be happy.
He will be. He'll be stoked.
I had another question. This one's for Nick because I'm a bit confused. You don't go on social media very much, I've noticed. And
It's useless.
and your profile picture is it a gerbil or something? What is that thing?
No, yeah. That's like one of my real old accounts.
Years
So
ago.
that's like one of my first, because I have so many, I forget my passwords. So I've got like 14 accounts because I
It's
just forget, I get like
hopeless.
signed out and then I forget my password. And I'm just like, new account. So that's why I kind of gave up on like all the social media and that because I just,
He's got like 20 Instagram accounts.
yeah, I lose them all.
At first, I was trying to find him, and I was searching through all of them. I'm like, he's not got many followers on any of them. I was a bit confused at first, but no, he just doesn't use it ever.
Yeah. No, it
Pretty
was.
useless when it comes to social media.
I got named Mort by my family and that because out of like penguins of Madagascar, you know the little brown
Yeah.
lemur,
Oh,
King
it
Julian.
is. It is him. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
King Julian just bullies him, and I get bullied in my family, so that's why I got named Mort. And then it kind of just stuck. So like I have him on my bikes and all that. It's just a joke between us, and then that was my profile picture.
Yeah. Right.
So
Yeah, 'cause I was thinking, what the hell is this little happy thing? It's turned a sort of weird pose like that.
yeah.
And then I was looking at your profile, and I think the last comment you made, or last thing that actually it might have been that you updated that picture, was like 2018 or something.
Yeah, it was so long ago. Such an old account. Like, yeah, I'm not on social media too much.
I got a friend request from him like a few months ago on Facebook, and I checked the other day. He's only a friend on Facebook. It's a bit sad. Dad goes to me. Dad goes, does Nick not use it or something? And I went and checked. I'm like, clearly not, because I'm his only friend on there. His dad's like, oh, tell him to friend me back.
You can't be his only friend. He's on my friends on there.
Yeah, but which account?
Yeah,
that's a good point. Yeah. The gerbil
He's got
one.
about 200 of them.
What's his name? That character? Mort.
Yeah.
Mort. Yeah, the Mort one. Whichever, or are they all Mort?
Oh, that was my first one.
Yeah.
That was when I was like on 65s, 85s and that.
Oh,
But that was a long time ago.
Back when he was falling out of trees.
Yeah, that's why I was falling out of trees and landing in front of you.
and then denying it.
Yeah.
Saying it was someone else. Trying to cover it up.
No, Chad did fall out of the tree. It was just a different one.
Yeah, no, it was definitely you. It was 100.
Yeah, no, I do agree with you now. Now I know where it was. I thought you meant it was like.
He's been
a different
arguing
one.
with me for ages about it. He's like, no, it wasn't me.
Yeah.
Like ages.
Yeah, do you know what? I'd never made the connection about where you guys park in that tree until just before. I was thinking, actually, that's
Yeah, when
weird.
Dad made everyone move.
Yeah, that's really weird. Yeah, that was funny watching Rob crack the shits because I was in the
Oh,
car
he's
park.
so sensitive. He's out there listening.
He would never
He's so sensitive when it comes to his parking spots. We have at the marketplace in Bendigo, he cracks it if people are parked in this one spot. He parks all the time. He hates it.
He just
Yeah,
thinks
I
he
might-
owns the joint.
Yeah, he does.
We might have to make him a sign. What do you reckon?
No, you
Yeah,
have to make
I'll
it like
make him a sign.
you
What?
spray paint
Grumpy-
lines.
Bastards park here.
Yeah.
I'll get what the speedway riders use to chalk out the track.
Yeah, grab
Get
one
one
of
of them
them.
and draw a square for him just so he can park in it.
He reckons
Yeah.
it's the only place his big trailer will fit. And I said, you know, there's like
A massive bit out the back.
it's your big trailer. Mine, it's mine. Apparently, it's the only place my big trailer will fit. Even though there's tons of grass over there.
He does realise that this is recorded and we all are now witness to your new nice big trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
forever hold that against him, and we've got video evidence and
We
everything.
got video footage, video proof.
What about the 4x4? Is that hers as well?
Yeah, probably. Oh, here he comes. Look out.
We all have favourite spots, don't we, Darcy? And MTR, right near the PowerPoint out in the paddock.
Yeah, you're right, because my phone is constantly flat because someone rings me up all the time instead of actually working.
How do you feel about that?
He's got you there.
His phone's always flat because someone keeps ringing him while he's trying to work. He's talking
Just
about
sent you a message, Darcy.
Oh,
how bad's your phone battery?
he's going to get salty now, isn't he?
Yeah, he will.
Oh, look at
As
him.
soon as you outdo him, he just
The
gets
wrinkles
all
are on his forehead. He's frowning. Oh, steam's coming out of his ears.
Did you read the message, Darcy?
Oh, which one?
Yeah, he's
I got
probably
six
sending you
picture.
that many.
Why
When?
did you just say
No, the one I just sent you.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm reading it now.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I'm in the middle of an interview here. And he's sending me messages.
Hey,
So
I said to you, buckle up. This is going to be a bumpy ride, and look at it. It's just chaos.
yeah. So
No,
what's
I've had a lot
happening
of
on
fun.
Wednesday?
No, is it?
What's happening on Wednesday?
What's Wednesday?
I don't know.
Oh,
Oh, you're a spastic. There's no way you don't know this.
What's
I
Wednesday?
don't know what's on Wednesday.
Oh yeah.
Might be someone's birthday. We might have to hit you up on Wednesday and sing happy birthday. Is that what's going on?
No,
I'm recording this and putting it up too.
I don't reckon so.
Kelsey, episode 14, Kelsey Jensen's birthday.
Yeah, why not?
My nana and pa actually called me today to wish me a happy birthday. They got me and my cousin mixed up, so that was lovely. They're like, oh, we'll just try to get in before everyone else.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
right. Nothing like an early birthday wish. Oh, that's
No,
pretty
exactly.
exciting. Yeah,
It's
17.
not like they just got it. Not like they just forgot it.
So is this, hold on, I should know this answer. Is this your last year? No, you're a year 11?
Yeah, I'm year 11
Year 11, yeah.
this
And
year.
what,
Yeah.
what about you, Nick?
Yeah, same. We're both year 11.
Yeah, right. So are you 17 already?
I'm
No.
turning 17 in May.
In May. Oh,
Yeah.
So you're
Pretty
not
much
that
like a
far.
month.
No, not that far. Nearly 17.
Yeah, cool. All right, guys. Well, it's way past my bedtime. That's why I've been yawning for the last 40 minutes. Thanks very much for having the chat. I'm glad you're both smiling and having a good break, and looking forward to getting back on your bikes. And yeah, hopefully you get your 250 sold soon and you have two nice mint 450s there, Kelsey.
Yeah. Hopefully. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
You can tell, Rod, I do take his side. So there you go.
Oh, thanks. Jeez.
And yeah,
Who are you
guys,
supporting, me or him?
wow, yeah, I support everyone.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, there's no favourites here. So,
Nah, not at all.
so yeah, have a safe weekend racing, and you will no doubt get you back on. Thanks for chatting with me, and yeah, it was
Thanks for having us.
interesting to hear your insights and what you guys are thinking about racing and where you're at, and it'll be good to see where you go. I'm pretty excited. I think you're both going to go pretty well. So, and just keep learning, and we'll see what 2024. I had to look at the year on my computer to make sure I was saying the right year. What 2024 is going to bring, because it's coming around really quick. Like
Yeah,
this
it's already.
Brendan actually said it on the last pod, I think it was, or the second to last pod. It doesn't sort of feel like we've done a whole lot of racing, but we have. We sort of
Well,
have.
we're coming up to our third round. Yeah, third and
Yeah, I
fourth
think it's
round.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, but in between that, you've done Bathurst.
Bathurst and then heaps. A couple pracky days, not too
Yeah.
many.
Most of the racing usually happens mid to end of year anyway, just
Yeah.
before winter break. And over winter break, because New South Wales run through, there a lot of racing and titles happen there because that's when they usually happen in New South Wales and that.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we'll all have to go and hit some oil when you've got your 19s on, both of you.
Yeah,
Definitely.
family road trip.
Yeah, it's heaps of fun. You'll love it. So, all right, take it easy to then, and we'll catch you soon.
Yeah, have a good one, Darcy.
See
Thanks
ya.
for having us, mate.
We'll do. Yeah, fantastic chat there with Nick Berry and Kelsey Jensen, two development riders for Kelpie, and they're awesome young talent, 16, turning 17. Wow, what are we now? We're now Friday, so Kelsey's 17 now. Really good kids. I really love working with them. Nice families, nice people. Love their racing. Both of them as racers over the years. Nick's really developed, and is now in the senior ranks, and he's got a real good chance to be one of the best, if not the best, in Australia if he keeps pushing forward. And the same with Kelsey, whether it's in the women's or overall, she's got a bright future if she keeps keeps pushing forward, learning all the time, and you know, as you can hear, I think they showed their maturity there in that interview and in that pod, and it was fantastic to have a chat to them. And look forward to seeing them grow more. April the 30th, Cowra, if you can make it to that one, the Kelpie Cup. Really looking forward to that happening. Just signed off yesterday on the next round, which will be the 15th of July at Northwestern in Mildura. I've got to write that up and post that on social media and on the website. As I'm flying out tonight, I don't think that's going to happen today, but anyway, so give me a few days on that one. But keep listening, guys. We've got another great pod coming up. I had a chat with Rod Palmer, who's the president of Undera Speedway, or Golden Valley Motorcycle Club, but their home is Undera Speedway. And it was a great chat, actually, really insightful. So check that one out. Planning on doing a little bit of footage and talking on the New Zealand trip. So hopefully that will turn into a bit of an episode as well. If you like our podcast, like and share it, subscribe, do all that biz on the social media. We want to make this sucker big. We want to get the word out about our sport more and more. I want to push a lot harder to get our sport to grow, especially here in Australia, join up with the rest of the world. And the way to do that is by you guys joining forces all together and with me, and keep getting pods out like this, any racing that you film yourself. Make sure you share it on social media. If you want to have a chat, don't feel like you're being vain or anything. It makes it a lot easier for me if you guys approach me and say you want to talk about our sport. I've got a few people in mind, so it could be you getting an email shortly. I'm just going to get this New Zealand trip out the way, and then going to push a lot harder. It's sort of make it easier too, because we've got a few events coming up now. So once that racing hits off a bit more, people start focusing on it again. We're, like I said at the start of that pod, we're sort of in a little bit of a break at the moment. So people focus on other stuff. Like I've been getting involved in my firewood collecting and all that sort of stuff as winter's rolling in. You probably actually see on my nose there too, I've got a nice wound. That was, we're doing a bit of backyard racing, Willow and I, and she roosted me, and there was a nice rock in that one. So so I copped it. So a little bit off season injury, but that one doesn't slow me down, which is good. So like I said before, guys, no matter where you are in the world, enjoy our sport, enjoy getting sideways, keep it sideways, go flat tracker.
Go, Flat Tracker, go, go, go.